Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another player prop video. This one we're talking about NFL preseason for Thursday. We got two games tonight, and if you didn't watch the last video, the WNBA, we went 4 for 4 in that video. We will have more WNBA picks for tonight in the Discord. I post more picks in there, and we have 5+ other cappers posting, so definitely check out the private Discord. We've had some huge wins as of late in here in all sports we cover. So get in here, lock in for the upcoming NFL season. Also use code MLB, take 20% off. So we'll see you guys over in the Discord for more picks from me and a bunch of other cappers. See how we're getting some of these big wins. Let's get into this one. So in the first game, the player I like here is going to be Michael Pittman Jr. We saw that there has been news out that the Colts are going to play their starters the entire first quarter and expected to go into the second. Pittman Jr. has been the #1 target over there for years now, and I expect him to catch 3-4 balls here for well over 24 yards. So liking him, I think they're going to try to make a connection early on in this game to roll over into the regular season with him and Anthony Richardson. So I am liking Michael Pittman here against the Bengals, who are running out their backups. So this story came out and basically said the Colts plan to play their starters into the second quarter. So that's where I got this information here from The Athletic. And then also Colts Bengals, 5 things to know. The Bengals are going to use their preseason finale as the last opportunity for players fighting for roster spots to make their case. Head coach said all but maybe 1 or 2 starters will sit out. So possibly going to be playing against entirely backups here as well. So should be pretty open, Michael Pittman Jr., and should be feeding him to try to get that connection with Anthony Richardson because they didn't play that much with each other last year. So I'm liking that connection here for probably a quarter and a half, maybe closer to 2 full quarters of Pittman Jr. So going to that one for the first pick, I like it in this spot here. Starters against backups. Pittman Jr. should be getting fed the ball a lot like he does in the regular season. So that's what I expect in this one. Now we're going to move on to the second game. The one I like here is going to be Dante Pettis over on his receiving yards at 32.5. So this article here, Chicago Tribune, says Caleb Williams and the majority of Bears starters are not going to play in the preseason. So basically just the guys they haven't gotten a good look at may play in this. They said somewhere in this article as well. And yeah, Dante Pettis has been pretty solid in the preseason. Looking to make this roster, I think they're going to give him a ton of snaps and reps. And we can see what he's done in the preseason here. Let's just pull up the game log for the Bears. So we saw Pettis catch 3 balls for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that was in the game where a lot of Bears starters played a lot. You saw 13 throws from Caleb Williams and, Adunze out there, Keenan Allen out there, DJ Moore out there. So in a game without them, I think he's going to get even more targets. We saw another game here where starters played, and Dante Pettis was second on the team with 34 yards, only 3 targets. Again, I think he's going to see more targets and have more opportunities. He's basically a deep threat receiver, so if he catches 1 deep one short to medium one, should be able to hit this line, and I think he's going to play a lot. So I'm liking this spot for Pettis, guy that's had a really solid preseason so far. So we're going to go to Pettis on that second pick here, over 32.5, liking the line. And the spot against Kansas City, who again, Kansas City, they are going to be resting their starters. So we do see here that most of the Chiefs starters are going to be sitting on the bench as well in this game. So looking to target some Chiefs players here. And one guy that I'm looking to is going to be Irv Smith Jr. over on 10.5 receiving yards. They brought him in, and there was some hype around the signing of Irv Smith Jr. because he's an athletic tight end here that can play a good amount of snaps, especially if they're trying to limit Travis Kelce during the regular season. And we haven't seen that much from Irv Smith this preseason, but I think he's going to play a ton, get a lot of snaps, see if they actually, want him as the backup tight end or a tight end on this roster. I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities. Just needs 11 yards here, so really like one medium-sized catch or a couple short ones. And I think he could have a lot more than that in this one against Chicago. I think he's going to play a lot. So in their 2 games here, we've seen Irv Smith Jr. He had 1 catch for 8 yards in that game, and then the other he had 2 for 11. But we did see starters in both those games, so I think that he's going to see a lot more snaps, a lot more targets in this one, and have a solid game, try to make this team, this roster, and we'll see what he can do with those opportunities. But I don't think he's going to be short of opportunities in this game, and I think he could have a solid one here, but he just needs 11 yards, so it's pretty minimal of what he actually needs. So going to him here, and then going to another Chiefs receiver, going to Cornell Powell. Over on his receiving yards of 21.5, we saw him have a massive play. He had a 64-yard touchdown in one of their preseason games, and then the other one he had like 4 catches for like 25 yards. So in this game, again, no starters. I keep saying that, but he's going to be playing a lot more. As we see Irv Smith in real time bump up to 12.5, but these picks I do post in the private Discord before the video comes out, so you can get in on the lines if you want to earlier. But we saw a real time bump here for Irv Smith Jr. But anyways, going to Cornell Powell here, over on his receiving yards, he's looked solid as a deep threat, obviously. And then we can even see that he had a game with multiple catches and covered this yardage as well. So liking him to, be a receiver here that's trying to make this roster. I know there's not too many spots for receivers on this roster left, but I think we're going to see a lot of them rest, like Marquise Brown, obviously, because he's hurt. Rashee Rice probably won't be out there. I'm not sure if we're going to see Xavier Worthy or not either, who him and Powell kind of play the same role as the, deep threat guys. So I think we could see a lot of action from Powell as well in this game. So liking him and Irv Smith in this one, in this spot, and Pittman and Pettis. So I didn't even realize we're going to all receiving yard overs here, but I think just these guys' lines are going to be too low for the amount of snaps they're going to be playing. Pittman Jr. going to be starting, playing into the second quarter. They should try to get him the ball a lot like they're going to do in the regular season again. Pettis has had a great preseason. I think he's going to play a ton, have a ton of opportunities. He's been having a great preseason so far, and then these 2 guys from the Chiefs should be in line for big games, and they have low lines, so liking those picks. And if you guys want more picks from me, +5 plus other cappers in all sports, just lock in for the NFL season coming up. But we're still going hard. MLB, WNBA, which we went 4 for 4 in the video yesterday with our WNBA picks. So more picks coming out for the one game in WNBA tonight. We've been having some massive wins over in the Discord. A $25 flex play hit for $6.25. Bunch of hits over here on Hard Rock for Go Jags. Some more WNBA hits from private Discord members. MLB, so get over here, check it out. It's less than $1 per day, and you get that 20% off, so it's going to be even less on the monthly. So we'll see you over in the Discord, and subscribe to the channel.